Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Alpha patch 3.5.0 has gone to first wave PTU, so let's go through those patch notes in some detail. The PTU is out to first wave, which means that Evocati early testers, concierge and subscribers all have access now. The patch does not have all of the features of 3.5 that the live build will have, and more bits will be added as the PTU and testing phase evolves. The patch will go out to more waves of backers in the coming days, and eventually will be available for everyone, and then go live at the end of the month. The testing focus for the patch is the new flight model, IFCS, heat rework, atmospheric flight, arena commander, balance with manual gimbals, auto-converging weapons, cannons, repeaters, scatterguns, and ship rolls, new gameplay area, Art Corp, Area 18, Lyria and Walla, the moons there, Star Marine, all game modes, the female character, and the DNA face customization system. There was literally an update to the PTU while I was recording this, so I'll put the additional little tweaks and bits that they put into that 3.5.0 G patch in at the end. It does add the 300i into that testing pool as well, and provided a load of fixes to actually enable people to get to Area 18, which was broken before that. So we'll talk about that at the end of the rest of the patch notes. Let's go through the new features and major changes of that first wave patch. DNA, face customization, and female characters have been added. So character selection and creation now uses a DNA face customization system. Initially, you will be able to choose gender and then select from a pool of available characters and faces and sort of like customize those facial features together, and that will be represented in your own character. System includes simple and advanced modes that allows you to customize your face with preferred levels of complexity. You can then individually customize traits like your eyes and hair color, skin tone, etc. Planet Art Corp and its moons Lyria and Walla have been added. Unlike the other planets in the Stanton system, Art Corp has the distinction of being almost entirely built on and developed. Nearly every square kilometre of the planet has been allocated for habitation, commercial use, industrial plants, and massive warehouses. As such, a strict low-level no-fly zone is in place for protection, though many choose to construct their buildings taller than that zone in order to offer landing opportunities. Art Corp has two moons, Lyria, an icy moon dotted with cryo geysers and cryovolcanoes, and Walla, a low-density moon most notable for its large crystalline outcroppings. Area 18, the major landing zone there, happens to be one of the few landing zones designated by Art Corp for interplanetary traffic, and is one of the main commercial ports for the surrounding region. If travellers manage not to be overwhelmed by the hectic sights and sounds of this landing zone, they can find a variety of goods from trusted names as well as unique local providers. Art Corp has contracted with the PMC group Blackjack Security to ensure that their world and its surrounding environments are kept safe and open for business. They're basically the police of Art Corp and the surrounding area. They've added a new mission giver, Twitch Pacheco. Twitch came up as a soldier who transitioned into freelance security work. After her service ended, things seemed to be working out until she suffered nerve damage on a job for Blackjack Securities, and they unceremoniously cut her loose. Now left without employment and with a very specialised skill set that she couldn't use, she turned to the criminal element that she used to hunt. These days she lurks around the back alleys of the megacity and makes deals and introduces people, or as she calls it, enjoying her retirement. Some other little universe pieces. They've added Hurston security ship variants for areas in and around Hurston. Visual updates and refinement for Wallace Clem have been made. The re-entry VFX are now systemically driven by IFCS atmospheric physics. Cleanup and minor improvements to NPC collision avoidance system has been made. They've updated sound effects and ambiences for Lorville's central business district and lighting at various rest stops. An automatic door has been placed in Constantine Hurston's office. They've updated some of the shopkeeper animations and text for armors to include color variants as well. Mission stuff, they've added a patrol mission near Delamar, a destroy satellite mission in the Hurston area, or missions. Additional delivery mission variants are there too. They've expanded black box investigation, collect and kill confirmed missions to additional derelicts. They've reduced the shield on satellites for the Destroy Probe mission set, updated Steel and ECN missions with new waves of enemies and different Protect ships. Improvements have been made to the delivery mission assets as well. Ships and vehicles, they have added the Misc-Reliant variants, the Tanner, Sen, and Mako into the game, although obviously some of those mechanics there for them, like Science and the Newswagon bits, aren't there yet. The Anvil F7CM Super Hornet Heartseekers in there as well. They've added voice feedback for events while mining. Items and components now wear at a very slow rate and can be repaired. Shipped weapon auto-convergence, so fixed and gimbaled weapons now auto-converge weapon velocities and ranges into a sort of like a single pip based on the slowest and shortest ranged weapon that you have equipped. So it's much easier to hit targets effectively with all of your weapons together rather than having to aim just with a single weapon potentially. Additionally, gimbal and fixed weapons have a very small amount of target convergence, still being tuned at the moment. There's been revisions of the GT870 series of ship weapons. They've updated the Gladius entry and exit animations, added faster bed animations to the Prospector, improved and updated the ship heat system. There's been a full balance pass to thruster power usage. They've updated Death VFX on the Vandal Scythe, adjusted the Freelancer landing pad position to avoid the rear of the ship being too close to an edge, adjusted the Hornet seat position to be more consistent for all variants, increased the self-destruct timer for the Reclaimer. Missile guidance should now work between different zones. They've updated AI behaviors to include breakaway under fire tactics and separate lateral and frontal attacks for larger ships with turrets. The mining arm of the Prospector will now shake when firing the laser. Minor updates for entry, exit, and pass-out animations for numerous ships to eliminate pauses. Power priority is now functional. They've slightly raised the Saber's flight HUD, disabled look behind view for shop-parked ships, moved the power plant and quantum points on the Misc-Reliant away from the wings to avoid loss of control when they're damaged. Ship thrusters should now be damageable via direct fire. They've updated audio for some ships' weapons and weapon effects and impacts. Thrusters should now be damageable by direct fire. They've reduced all ship weapon velocities with a greater reduction for cannons and rebalanced cannon damage. Some IFCF updates. All thrusters for ships' outputs and timings have been reworked for a more drifty feel. That is currently a design choice. IFCS netcode has been updated for more efficient performance. ESP has been updated for the new flight model tunings. SCM and pre-bespoke modes have been removed. Afterburner has been removed. Comstamp has been removed. Boost is now referred to as Afterburner. So they removed the old Afterburner and replaced it with what Boost used to be. They've added a speed limiter functionality. So the speed limiter is a preset velocity that is applied to all strafe directions and is controlled independently of ship motion. Core ship movement is now controlled via strafe in the desired vectors. Additionally, there is a cruise control. Press the C key to toggle, and that then activates thrust forward for longer distance travel and will keep you at, where possible, that speed that you've got set. You can adjust your velocity control, which is basically what it is, with the mouse wheel, which is your maximum speed. Velocity is now shown as actual velocity. Ship audio has been reworked, including new thruster audio, new ship sounds, and audio-linked ship vibration. The center flight HUD has been reworked to better fit the updated flight model. Atmospheric flight has been retuned and now includes lift in addition to drag. Gravlev controls have been reworked. FPS stuff, they've updated vaulting animations for smoother usage, updated the aim recoil to the Ravager. They've updated the perception of FPS combat AI to react to players better. The Gemini S71 assault rifle has been added in the game, as has the Coda Castek arms pistol. The S71 is a well-balanced and designed assault rifle, favoured by wealthier private military professionals who want to make a display. And the Coda is a no-frills, heavy, raw ballistic pistol that packs a heavy punch if it connects. What it lacks in fire rate and magazine size, it makes up for in range and power. FPF weapons now have dry fire audio when out of ammo, and they've added colour variants to many armours and undersuits. Some Star Marine things. Echo 11 has undergone a complete redesign to create better patching between zones, more varied cover and positions, and better flow between each point of interest or control point. Control area capture now has updated gameplay mechanics. You can now start the capture by pressing or tapping F. This will interact with the keyboard for 2 seconds. You will then automatically detach, allowing you to protect yourself against any incoming players. While the capture is taking place, an AR marker will appear in the world, displaying the area being captured. If you step outside of this area, the capture will slowly decay back towards its last state, and if more members of your team join you inside the area, the capture will go faster. If members of the opposing team step into the area, the capture will go slower or stall completely if there are the same number of players for each team there. Capture points also now have a neutral state, so if you die partway through a capture, your progress past halfway is saved and the point has to be recaptured by the opposing team. Last stand is now 3 rounds instead of 4. They've reduced Star Marine elimination player cap to 12. They've added a smaller version of Station Damien, and which is called Station Damien Comms, which will be used for elimination modes. Some other bits, they've added headphones settings in the audio menu, carry and pickup animation transitions to smooth out motion. Some have been added. Some of the carrying animations for EVA have been added and updated. They've updated the lighting for Lorville's hangars. Default keyboard and gamepad controls have been revised. I hate when they revise controls. Why do you do it, CIG, to me? Why? I hate you. They've updated football and general first-person audio. They changed the keybind for gimbal lock to R, which will eventually cycle between gimbal modes. They've added several new ship UI icons for additional kinds of contacts, temporarily removed visible geometry from helmets that was impeding mobiGlas visibility, replaced claim/retrieve buttons and ASOP terminals with a single context-sensitive button, which can have things like reclaim or relocate based on whether your ship's been destroyed or not. There have been various performance optimizations and fixes to a number of object container-related stalls and problems. 8 client crashes, a server crash, and a server deadlock were all fixed too. There have been dozens of other bug fixes, tweaks with the UIs, ships, animations, locations, missions, weapons, clipping, HUDs, quantum travel. But notably, I wanted to point out, missile lock UI should no longer remain after firing the missile. Chaff should now function properly as a countermeasure. There should now be audio for UI comms hailing. Mineable resources should no longer flicker on approach and remain physicalized and scannable. Levski hangars should now have correct lighting. Ship radar pings should no longer have their cooldown sluggish, unresponsive, or inconsistent. They've rebound exiting try-on mode to E to avoid conflict with the interaction mode F key. Using an EMP should no longer knock your own shields down. The aim pip on turrets should no longer jarringly snap to other targets. NPCs should no longer occasionally be standing on seats rather than sitting on them. And they've updated skybox and brightness of objects in and around the planet of Hurston. The 3.5.0 G patch did actually drop while I was recording this video as well. The main known issues for the current patch are ships spawned at the ASOP terminals in Area 18 will be destroyed immediately. Some parts of Area 18 have an invisible no-fly zone that will kill the player. Female characters are missing their visor UI. Some aspect ratios do not work well on ship HUDs. There's also a few little additions here. They fixed 2 client crashes and a server crash. They've added some things, polish to building placement and geometry at Area 18, further polish to Area 18's advertisements, updated new stash houses with trading kiosks, added ambient audio to Area 18 hab towers. They've dimmed the sky bus lights at Area 18 slightly. They've added the updated 300i now into the patch, implemented new turret HUDs on the Hurricane and Cutlass. Players should now consistently spawn at the correct location when they land at a major landing zone. AI ships should no longer be killed by the no-fly zones. ATCs should now consistently assign the player a hangar at Area 18. Players should no longer get stuck in an endless blood loss loop if they die at Area 18. Using the scroll bar in the character creation menu will no longer rotate the head when you're trying to do your skin color and eye settings. Mission objectives should no longer be missing from the player's HUD. And that is it. And that is 3.5.0 G. And it is much more accessible than the previous patch was, but that was a confirmation of all of those patch notes. Well, there's only been 2, including the first wave patch. Every month we have a ship giveaway. This month, by popular demand again, it's for an Anvil Carrack. This time sponsored by Forgotten Heralds, a lawful private military company with a history grounded in UEE military service. They are recruiting at the moment and are a good choice for both veteran and new players alike. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Carrack, though, is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my Star Citizen videos made during this month. Links to more info on Forgotten Heralds and full details of the giveaway down below. If you don't have a gaming PC yet or you are upgrading, instead consider Shadow Cloud Gaming. They allow you to leverage the powers of the internet to stream a high-spec Windows 10 environment to any other PC, Mac, or device like a smartphone or tablet. It is working really well in Star Citizen's 3.4 branch, and be sure to use the code BoredGamer if you do decide to check it out to get a discount. Links below. This channel exists because of its community. If you wish to support the channel further, below there are links to Patreon, Subscribestar, and there's the YouTube channel memberships, literally the join button below this video. VIPs do get some exclusive stuff and early content as a thank you as well. If you have any feedback, suggestions, or just want to say hi, please drop a comment below or poke me on discord.gg/BoredGamer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.